think when an audience has followed you for 6 years, you have a sort of responsibility to give them the ending they want for most of the characters. With Carson and Mrs. Hughes, they just, through those scenes, sitting in her sitting room, sitting in his pantry...
Because there was no plan for us to have those two married.
No.
It's entirely, as you say, response to those actors. But I know the three of us didn't talk about the inevitability of that marriage until I would possibly even season 4.
I'm worried about running it all with only Messrs. Barrow and Molesley.
You think we'll look a bit dingy?
Don't you?
Could we borrow a spare footman?
I have the sort of sense that you were somehow throwing them challenges. So in her health scare episode, you know, that it was in the writing that somehow Carson found himself desperately relieved that she was going to be okay.
Of course.
And then Jim absolutely delivered that. So you thought only somebody who loved somebody would have that kind of attitude, even though he doesn't know he loves her.
Dashing away with a smoothing iron, she stole my heart away.
Is trying, in a way, to get her to say yes before he's proposed, so that he's covered.
Maybe I should mention one thing. You say your new house, but it isn't only mine.
No?
No. I've registered it in both of our names. I hope you don't mind, but I hate to change a plan when there's no need.
I really do think that it's to your credit and the credit of the show that we dealt with romance later in life. It's almost nowhere on television. Age is a big part of it because it is what you do in your 20s. It's like falling off a log, you know, because people in their 20s get married. When you've lived into your 60s and you're not married, you sort of think, I assume, you think that's never going to happen.
Suppose you want to move away and change your life entirely. You don't want to be stuck with me.
But that's the point.
What is?
I do want to be stuck with you.
We did give Carson and Mrs. Hughes a bigger wedding than Anna and Bates, which is not very hard to do.
According to God's holy ordinance.
I also loved the fact that their reception, Mrs. Hughes's wish prevailed.
Yes, I mean, that was, of itself, was a whole... You know, the planning of the thing, is it going to involve the family? Is it going to be at the... You know, it was, you know, her wish to make it her own personal affair was nice. And all of their, you know, in the usual way, all of their different perspectives on this were true. And not they, of course, Carson wants it to be with the place that defines him.
Yes.
And she does not.
Well, you said, you have her say to him, for the rest of my life, I'm going to be going your will, so on this day, we're going to do it. It's my wedding day. And I felt that was right, and it was lovely.
Yeah. To my wonderful bride.
The bride and groom.